called shot cut.
Shots cut?
Yeah.
Shot put. We switched sides this week.
Was I on that
Gotta
side?
keep it fresh.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay, we can switch it. Since Joe, it's all fucking chaos.
Yeah. So we good? We ready to?
When I'm recording, I only said Joe brought chaos for the fucking bit, dude. Now it's ruined. I have to come up with another bit.
You do?
It's not gonna be as good.
Embarrassing.
And this is also turning into a really good bit.
Yeah. It would be. But
We've been on. Yes! Thank God! Are you ready? I never looked up what episode number was. 28?
Oh, 28.
28?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, just cut that.
Do we ever cut anything?
Shut up, Joe. God, chaos. Like Tommy said.
Like I said! That's a good bit.
Hey, man.
Pat myself on the back for the... Hello, welcome to the Is From Podcast. A podcast that is for fun, but made by some dudes that have fun by discussing fun and hopefully entertaining stuff. I'm your host, Tommy.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Some confidence.
Well, you
Definitely fun stuff.
definitely entertaining and fun.
Tell us we're funny. Tell us we're funny! And like and subscribe.
Well, yeah, I'm Tommy.
I'm Sam.
I'm Joe.
Fabio.
Oh, welcome back, boys.
Thank you.
It's not like we just hung out all weekend.
Nope. I'm glad we didn't hang out because just doing this almost every week now, pretty much every week, once a week, kind of getting tired of you guys. Gotta be honest.
Gonna be real honest.
Sort of the worst thing about my
Step
week.
all tired about moving in. Minus Sam.
I was
Anywho.
invited.
So, I was doing some research earlier because I whipped out the old N64 and we tried to play some Mario Kart, and one of the controllers was broken. You guys remember? You guys remember? It literally happened a week ago. So I wanted to look in because the black controller that we have is it just doesn't work. So I was going onto Google and I was gonna see if I could fix it myself because that's my first instinct. Actually, I looked to buy them, not on Amazon at all. And I was trying to find a website
eBay?
you could buy them. And I didn't find anything really legit.
eBay?
Oh no, eBay. Yeah, I'm sure eBay. But I didn't research because I wanted to see. I was like, oh, I should see if I could just send
Didn't you
this.
start this story with I did some research?
Yes, some dude. Emphasis on the some.
S-U-N.
I say that so they think I'm smart.
They already don't.
Well, we're here. Anywho, so I was looking, and I wanted to see if I could send it in to get repaired. And I didn't find anything. Because everything that popped up when I was like N64 controller repair, it just popped up with joysticks. Because that's what goes the first. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just see. I just kind of got curious. So I was like I wanted to see why everyone was looking up joysticks. And so I found out that because the stick is plastic. All the new controllers, sometimes it's plastic and it's on a little ball, but it's covered with rubber and stuff. But the N64 one is just straight plastic. And I found out that it's literally plastic on plastic in the innard parts. Mm. So when you use the joystick over time, it literally just sands down the joystick.
Yeah, that's why they get all floppy and loose.
Yeah, that's why.
quickly,
That's why eventually they get floppy and loose.
I mean, joysticks just do that anyways, though.
Yeah, and
But no,
they're made a lot smarter now.
It's
but
especially
beforehand,
bad
these
because
ones
they used
were
to.
just fucking
Yeah.
garbage and cheap, I guess. Mm. But so I saw a guy and he ordered a new joystick it looks the same, but it's a lot more modern. It's on the sphere on the ball. And when he was opening up the controller and stuff, and he removes the joystick, he like takes off a capsule and literally just a little like little chunk of powder just poured out of it.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, that's the joystick. That's what's like, that's it
Rusty,
grinding
that's what it
on
used to
shit.
be.
And he's like, you could fix it, except you can't because it's powder now.
God.
Yeah, so.
And that's when you fix it with like ramen.
Yeah.
Dude, those videos are insane.
They're so cool.
Let me just ramen repair this fucking, this like bird fountain real fast.
Some of them are so stupid though. It'll be like,
Hang on. If it was a bird fountain though, you could get all brothy and stuff.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I saw one where a guy like cut a hole out of a cucumber and then filled it with nickels and then covered it with ramen and then painted it back over to look like a cucumber.
I
Pranked you.
Gotcha, fooled you.
the old nickel and the cucumber ramen joke.
Who put the nickel in the cucumber?
Classic.
I like the effort. I'll give him that.
So anyway, this keeps going. This joystick story kind of thing. You can go on.
I was just gonna
You can
ask
ask
if you figured out how to fix our controller.
Oh no. None of this ended up being useful information. I just went down a little rabbit hole. But
This one does.
yeah. So I ended up watching some YouTube video and he was talking about fucking I don't know. Laughing at the dogs?
Yeah. Just tucked yourself in.
Anywho, so I found out that because the person was bitching, he's like, "Oh yeah, they made the controllers, and for the most part, as long as you're not just like really moving that shit around, then the controller's gonna be fine." And then he's like, "But then they came out with Mario Party." And I don't know if you guys have played some of the old school Mario parties, but there are definitely
mini
games where you like fucking you have to spin the
Oh,
joystick
yeah.
around and you shoot as fast as you fucking can. If you play against some hard computers, you gotta spin that shit fucking fast. And so Nintendo literally like cocked themselves by making shitty controllers, and the fact that you can't like really wear on them and stuff. And he went on further and started talking about, but New York like sued them or asked for a settlement because parents were complaining that their kids were injuring themselves playing Mario Party, and that it was Nintendo's fault because they didn't build the hardware to like the hardware would injure you if you tried to use the hardware with the game software.
How was it? What were their injuries?
They were getting like burns, blisters,
rubber?
and some were breaking skin because they were rubbing on that plastic
I
joystick
remember that
so
shit.
hard.
I remember that shit used to hurt. But like,
Yeah.
Also, if it
Maybe-
hurts, just don't do it.
Yeah, or like heard of riding a fucking bike, kid? Like 7 hours fucking grinding out Mario Party by himself in the
Yeah.
basement.
Well, Nintendo ended up losing the settlement.
Oh no!
Basically,
Please.
So they had to pay. I have it on my phone. I can look it up real
God damn
fast. It was the dispute was for $80 million. I don't know if they ended up paying all that or more.
80 million.
And they had to make. I
Emotional
think
damages.
there was something about making a glove
Put a price on that.
that Nintendo had to make like a Nintendo glove.
Was that why the Power Glove was the thing?
No, I think
You
Power Glove
remember
was
that?
pre N64.
I thought that was like an
Not in
accessory
Nintendo.
though. I thought you could like hand
Yeah, but
blast Iron Man.
Dual
like,
purpose. Dual purpose, right?
Oh.
It's fun and safe.
This article says the settlement cost as little as $20,000, as in they had to supply gloves to anyone who wanted them. Protective gloves so you don't burn your hand.
It's like an UGG glove.
Playing Mario Party.
I really hope that they were fingerless though. That'd be
Oh yeah.
You know, I always picture it fingerless.
Come on.
just looking like
Game on,
Ash
suckers.
Ketchum, motherfucker.
Well, that's real dumb.
Yeah, that's a
Like-
Yeah, sorry, I'm just skimming through this article and that's...
Parents really don't like it when their kids get hurt, but you gotta like factor in if your kid's playing Mario Party to the point where that's a problem for them on the reg.
well, we
Maybe
Probably skinned his hand jerking off anyway.
I was playing the Mario parties. I burned my hand.
My hand on the Mario Party is on my
There's all this
dick.
glue all over my hand too. It's all sticky.
That must have came out of the joystick.
It must have.
That must have came out of the Nintendo joystick.
You think it's toxic?
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
says
die.
Nintendo will provide each family with up to 4 gloves as part of the settlement. In addition to the cost of gloves, Nintendo also agreed to pay for the state's legal fees, totaling around $75,000.
God, this family must have been bored.
Well, no, it was 100 complaints from 100 different
fucking-
families.
That's nothing.
Well, they
Yeah.
cashed out.
Well, yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess.
They got shit.
They
Good
got the
on, but,
gloves. They got everything they wanted.
The gloves.
400 pairs of gloves.
God, that's fucking...
Wait, how old?
That's silly. Kinda
This
funny,
is
though.
weird. Because
It's like when your mom makes you wear like elbow pads. Like, I look like a loser, Mom.
None of the other kids are wearing Mario Party gloves.
Now this is weird because this article says it was dated in year 2000. Never mind, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I thought the N64 was like way older. Never mind. Ignore me. Just a brain fart.
Now we live in the future and we are the controller.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, I'm really excited to see where VR goes in the next 10 years.
It's gonna be crazy.
Because right now it looks pretty cool with like the goggles and they have those stupid little.
You think that
Controller
looks
sticks and stuff.
cool,
It
do
looks
you?
so cool, man.
Well, I mean, as in when you're. I haven't used a legit one. I've only used the ones that you can put your phone on. But
Even those-
I haven't used like the console, like the Oculus Rift ones and stuff. I really want to. We still gotta go to one of those the arcades.
Oh, those
Oh.
are not going to be open for a while.
Oh, now because
Bro, you want to use
Are they the
those?
same
Some
as
sweaty ass fucking old
Oh
used
god,
VR?
you go play laser tag, put on that sweaty vest. And
Okay,
shit.
I'm not putting that on my face though. Come on, man.
That's fair. I'll give
That's a
you
little yucky.
You know what I really dislike when you go like, oh buddy, when you go and get like to like a shoe store or whatever, and they have those for the people who forget or don't bring socks, they have like a little box of socks.
Oh,
that-
like at bowling alleys and stuff.
Well, yeah, bowling alleys, but yeah,
Those are
and then
disposable, aren't they?
no,
Oh,
not all of them,
boy.
not all of them, not for the fucking penny pinchers.
I don't think I've ever had to use those.
Oh, God, they look just. If I were to walk in and be like, I need to buy new shoes, and I'm like, I for some reason don't have any socks on me, like I just forgot, I would be like, I guess I'm getting new shoes some other day, because I'm not putting those things on my feet, because that's nasty.
Can you just put on the shoes, your bare feet, or is that
Well,
fuck,
like-
is
Like,
that fuck with you?
to try them on.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'd rather not. Get your fucking
It's just your feet.
grubby old toes up in there.
No, I mean it's not preferable. I'm just
You
saying it
already
wouldn't be that bad.
showed up there without socks, so how clean can they be?
Tell me what the
clean.
fuck is going on in your life.
Well, I'm just thinking if you're actually like shoe shopping and stuff, and you get to the point where, have you guys ever like sat down and you're like, I'm gonna try on these shoes, and you don't end up buying them?
Oh, I feel
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
I usually by the time if I'm trying them on, I'm probably getting them. I'm trying them on because there's that small chance that the size won't be right, or that you won't, or that
It doesn't feel.
it doesn't like
right.
feel right.
I hate like seeing a shoe that I like and I'm like, oh fuck, I like that shoe, and I like get the box and there's only one shoe in there and they're like, oh yeah, the other one in that size is the display. I'm like, I don't want it.
Really? Is that fucking
Soiled it.
Soiled it. No, because other people try on the display ones. Fuck that. I want a crisp shoe. I want a shoe that no one's foot has been in, except for my feet. That's it. Anyway, VR.
Isn't VR kind of hitting? It's like one of those things where it's like one of those technology things that right now, like video games look really, really good, and they keep looking better like each and every year. But we're kind of starting to hit a plateau where they're like not going to look a whole lot better than they do now. Like same with CGI. Isn't VR kind of like at that kind of
Well,
tipping point where it's like it's as good as it's going to be for a little while, like pretty much right now. Like it's going to get better, obviously, but like at the rate that it's gotten better over the past like 5 to 10 years, it's kind of not going to get much better for a little bit. Because like the movement.
Are you talking hardware wise, or are you talking about video game graphic wise?
Well, kind of just all of it, but like I know there's interactability. There's only so much you can do because you can't walk in VR games yet. You can just kind of like push the joystick on the little controller, but you're standing still. Mm-hmm. And like looking around, like in some things you can't even like seamlessly. Most things, I think, most VR games you can't seamlessly move. You have to like, you basically like jump forward in a room. It's not like you're walking forward. You're just kind of like stuttering through, but. I don't know. Stuff like that doesn't seem like it's gonna change.
Well, I think you're gonna start needing rooms, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
exactly.
That's where I think like augmented reality has a one up. So like Google Glass or like even just
like
Pokemon Go is an augmented reality sort of thing, to where you could like just you play with your surroundings without needing all that hardware.
Well, that's kind of would be insane. Like putting on a VR headset. Mm-hmm. Mobily. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I mean, fucking carrying the Nintendo Switch around, you carry a backpack with a console in it. Mm-hmm. Put a VR headset that's so attached to your head and stuff. So that's your equipment. And then have it all augmented and maps the area around you and builds some landscape. I mean, then you open up a whole like lawsuit.
And then you're in the middle of the
right?
street. Bus fucking rams over your ass.
Or
I was trying to get Pikachu.
Those memes where it's like, how far are we away from just being Wall-E chair people?
Yeah, real talk, but yeah.
Put the glasses on, plug into the Matrix, and then like wake up 30 years later.
Did you guys ever see Ready Player One or read the book?
No.
I mean, it's basically, wow. Life really fucking sucks. Time to put on a headset and go fucking be in a video game. And people worked in the video game, like you ran your own little shop, but it's in the video game and shit.
And you get paid like real world money for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool shit, like cool ideas in that.
Like
that book.
That was
I heard that it was just like 90s nostalgia boner.
80s, but yeah.
Yeah, people do complain about that a lot, but I mean that is kind of the point of it. Like it is like the author was clearly like had a lot of. He was writing something to celebrate the 80s and like all the cool nerdy shit that he liked. People are like, oh, it sucks that he did that. It's like, that's why he did it. Like, that was a big part of it.
It makes sense in the book though too, because the
Pac-Man is my culture.
Because it's a treasure hunt inside of a virtual reality. It's like the basic premise of it. And so the guy who made the game grew up in the 80s, loving all the music and old video games and stuff. So he makes all the hints based off of old stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's like a love letter to that era, kind of. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And that's more the book. Yeah, that's more the book. The movie is more like pop culture from the 80s to now, even. Like all the characters are running around. You could like see fucking like Sonic the Hedgehog and Master Chief and Batman. And they're just quick shots sometimes. They're just like other characters in the game, and it just like pans across. And there's like 10 references in it, and you miss it, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's like a mediocre movie. The book's better, but both are just nice. It's like it's a solid story, like decent to solid characters, and just references.
Well, that's what if that was a real thing, that's what it would, or at least a good chunk of it would be. It's just like people having their avatar in that one game. Yeah. I don't remember the game, but as Knuckles.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say.
Just it would end up being like that. So people getting mad over that nostalgia factor is stupid because it will just be that.
Ready Player One is just a more sane version of what we have now, which is the VR chat.
Yeah.
Back to VR.
When it's VR, but it's like so developed that everyone can just like choose, like what they look like or who they are, or like when everybody can just choose what they are, like instead of the real world. How crazy will that be?
Crazy.
Yeah, well, that like in that world too. You can get like if you're like a poor person, you have like just basically the VR headset and some like hands that have like touch sensors and stuff. So it's like pretty basic. Even like it's better than what we have now. But if you're like a rich kid, you get like all the fancy. You get like a treadmill thing you can walk on, so you can actually walk in the game and like interact. Like there's there's like a suit that he gets. It's like a skin tight like spandex suit, but it has like touch receptors all over it. So if like you get punched, the suit will like tighten in your gut, so it'll feel like you got punched in real life.
Oh,
So,
great.
like, if we ever get to that point, that's gonna be nuts.
If you get shot in the game, you get shot for real.
Your suit shoots you.
There's just a dude with a shotgun waiting. Is he gonna get shot today?
Entire job. It's like thousands of employees that just like to shoot people in real life.
Well, that's what I want to see with the because the VR right now has those controllers, and they kind of just have some triggers, and you can control fingers and stuff with them, and it looks really cool. But my one thing is when you pick up an object, it's just you like picking up basically air though. See, I want to see it where it is like a glove, and when you pick up something, it has like a weight. But I don't know how that would work.
We're still so far. That's way beyond our. It's gonna be probably decades before we get that kind of shit.
Or at least touch.
And at least, well, we probably could make something like that, but is it gonna be affordable for people who just want to play video games? Probably not. Like,
I'm sure there's also like some mental thing to where like if the item looks like if it looks like a apple, you like in your mind, you might be able you will trick yourself sort of into like feeling the weight of an apple. You know? Like
I wonder if it works like it's like Ghost Limb. You know about that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Phantom Limb.
Phantom Limb. Yeah. If you're an amputee, so if you like wanted to grab your drink with your right hand, but you're missing your right hand, you'll still reach for it, and mentally you think your hand's there and you're gonna grab it and you don't.
That shit's weird, man.
But I don't know if that would work with. I wonder if that would work with the weight. Because I've never done the VR stuff, so I don't know.
Well, that's
and maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just it doesn't matter if I pick something up in the game. It's okay. It doesn't matter if that has weight or anything.
Have you seen the videos of people with the headsets on, and it takes them like 2 minutes to forget that it's VR, and they go to like step off a ledge and like fucking like headbutt their TV off the wall?
I haven't seen that. I saw when the Oculus like was first coming out, and they were having people, and they're like, okay, put on a headset and be careful because it's still like a prototype and shit. And they're like, all right. Yeah, you see around and you're like, oh yeah, cool. I'm in like this medieval castle and this stuff. And they're like, yeah, look up because you're outside of like a tower. And they look up and they're like, whoa! It's just it adds that depth which freaks you out.
The only VR experience I had was at a car show. Porsche had like a little setup there, and they had a little VR like cab to show you how it feels to like drive one of the new Porsches or whatever. And I got into it and I was like, it felt pretty intense. Like there was parts to where like maybe I shouldn't take this turn so fast because I might crash and die.
The simulator like fucking flips and rolls you over.
Snaps my neck.
I think VR is like, if we're just gonna establish that like Ready Player One is like the big like ideal step for VR, like augmented reality, like basically where you can just do whatever you can do in real life but in a video game setting.
Second, like, what's the game where people were like, people choose their avatars and they're like Gundam Knuckles or like anime
VR chat?
waifu.
Oh,
like
yeah, that's
VR
Kermit
chat.
the Frog. Oh, VR chat, yeah.
There's also
When
you
can choose. Yeah, you could be like fucking Bobby Hill or like Crash Bandicoot.
Don't tease me like that. No, yeah, I think we're probably a really long way off from like that. Maybe not a super long time to get to that point, but when that point becomes regular and affordable for like the average gamer, if we're talking about it in forms of like gaming context or just using it for whatever, but I think VR, like as it stands now with like the headset and the controllers, I think that's probably going to be the status quo for like a long time. And I don't think it's going to get much better than that, but like again, I don't know I don't know anything about goddamn, so like who knows? It could be 5 years from now everyone could have like an affordable little like treadmill gyro ball thing that you can actually like walk in a video game on. I don't know. Like I don't know how hard that would be to make or
I
how.
don't know what they're making behind the scenes.
Exactly. I don't know. I also don't follow VR very much because I think it's really expensive. So it is really expensive.
It is expensive.
So I just tend to stay away from it. I also think just like for me, I'm just not interested in it really. If it does get to the Ready Player One point, then like hell yeah, I'm in. But where it's at now, I'm just like, that's just gonna give me a headache and make me like run into a wall. Like I'm just not into it. But so yeah, I'm not super well informed on it. But I imagine what VR looks like right now is probably what's gonna look like for a little bit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I still remember there was a Xbox conference in 2015 or 16, and they had a little table, and they showed people playing Minecraft on the table, but it was using some projectors, and so you'd look at the table with glasses on, I think, some kind of device, and it would show like I'm playing Minecraft, but I see my little Minecraft character running across this table, and the whole landscape, like if it locks onto the character, it like moves with the guy, and it's just a little hologram. That's the word I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was a little hologram. And I was like, oh, that's really cool technology. I wonder what they're going to do with it. And they haven't said anything for 4 or 5 years.
Mysterio.
So you don't know what's behind the scene with that stuff.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what? What?
I was just gonna say Mysterio is probably gonna use it to take out Spider-Man in the new Marvel movie.
Yeah, you're right. But could you imagine playing those old
Yeah, you are right. You are correct.
like StarCraft and
like
Command
an
and Conquer,
RTS.
the little RTS where you make the base and control your army, but you're on a fucking table and you can
Pretty cool.
swipe around and use your finger to drag.
Or
and
dude, just like holographic board games. Imagine playing like Mario
Not
Party.
even
but
that, yeah,
just,
like Dungeons and Dragons. People go crazy for that shit.
fucking
Oh, I'm sorry.
sweet.
The imagination is what makes it good.
Fuck that! I want a hologram.
There's actually a huge thing about Dungeons and Dragons, and I was having a conversation with a friend about it.
do you,
About digitizing it or not.
Oh.
Because the people... don't quote me on this. I think the people who run it now, not like the creators because they're either dead or really old, but the people who kind of run and because they keep making updates and stuff for better and better, are really old school Dungeons and Dragons fans. So I think they'll like there might be, I don't even know where they'll start to digitize it or get somebody to digitize it and they'll stop it, or they're opposed to doing it because it ruins that tabletop, everyone get in a room together,
really
roll
stupid.
physical dice and do it that way.
I get that, and I get the mindset of kind of wanting to have it like old school, and I think it's also it's a cool idea just to have an excuse for people to get together in the same room every week and like play this cool expansive game. But like you're cutting yourself off from so many other people that could get into your product by not like adapting to the times and like making a digital version. Because I'm sure,
Well, I think
dude, I'm sure if there was one, people would be so into it. Like an official like online play with your buddies like D&D where you could download and play with your buddies over the internet. I'm sure so many people would jump on it.
yeah, but I think D&D's had a resurge in popularity recently. With the rise of the nerd culture where it became more mainstream and stuff. I think D&D rode that wave too.
I feel like it's like you're always hearing shit about like the manly man like action movie actor like Vin Diesel or Joe Manganiello, how they're super into like board games and D&D and stuff. So I feel like that kind of helped. But you're right. It's like nerdy stuff in general is becoming just more widely accepted. So people are like, oh yeah, I'll fucking try it. But
Yeah.
You tell me Vin Diesel does this shit? Well, it's not that bad.
I could get into that.
Dude, I saw this video. It was a commercial that Vin Diesel was in when he was like in his 20s.
Oh.
And it was for the
Street Shark action
the
figures.
Street Shark action figure.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see
And
his
he's like-
laptop?
Yeah.
When are you
I thought he was already bald. But
I thought he had hair in it.
how sweet.
Let's find out.
And he's got the action figures and he's so into it. He's like, fuck yeah, you can do an action punch.
That video's. You sent me that video. It's
Well,
fucking
now I
Street
suddenly want
Shorts.
all those toys. Yeah, that's okay, buddy.
We're good.
Get those scratches right now. Mic pickup.
Have the
I think
viewers, have the viewers seen the dogs? The
Yeah.
Dugs?
Yeah.
Well, we saw Hurley.
They've seen Hurley.
He doesn't have a
I
flat
didn't-
top, but he
oh,
does
that's
have hair.
Hurley's butt sneaks in every once in a while.
He's got a fucking
Are you watching it right now?
Toy Fair,
leather
1994.
vest.
I mean, it's just him sitting there.
Look at that! Oh! Sledgehammer!
Look at shark tooth necklace.
Oh, he is buzz cut.
I think he was he a voice on the show?
I don't know.
Was he
Or
really?
is this just like a
Or was he-
passion
In
project?
the beginning, it said Fast and Furious actor.
Oh.
No
Yeah.
way. No, but he's has hair. He's bald and Fast and Furious.
Yeah. He
Oh,
was-
I'm sorry,
he was
Tommy.
way-
You can grow hair,
He
you
was
know.
older in
Well,
Fast and
look at
Furious.
this, look at this,
too.
look at this.
No, he was way older in Fast and Furious.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
no, this
the
is-
Fast and Furious performance.
That someone put that shit on.
This is fucking Iron Giant
No,
days.
1994
1994 was
maybe?
like probably.
No.
Hang on,
Well,
let's
or did
let's
the
find
name,
out.
or was a Fast and Furious performance the name of the
Fast and
toy
Furious
thing?
did
and
not
then they
come out
took
in
the name?
'94.
Yeah, it didn't.
No, there's no.
The
2000
Fast and the Furious came out in 2001. So yeah,
He's
yeah, someone
way,
added that.
like-
I was gonna guess.
Like
You're right. He looked way younger. Yeah, that was 6-7 years prior.
Wait, but hang on. A Fast and Furious production. If that was part of that commercial, did that name
I don't think
start
it-
at that toy fair though, and then became the?
Unless he owned
Name of the
those
car
toys,
franchise?
that franchise.
Well, he owns it now. Vin Diesel. So I was saying Vin Diesel. I mean, outside of just being a
looking at
Fast and
Street
Furious, has a lot more money because he's actually owns all the Fast and Furious properties and stuff.
Oh, so he gets like merchandise and stuff.
He gets. I don't know. his
Unrelated.
contracts, but he gets property rights. Anything. So
Unrelated.
Universal probably pays him to have access to those rights and stuff.
I did not know this
For
until
my
right
Lady
now,
Toretto
but
action
there's there's a teaser commercial out for Bill and Ted, the new one.
Oh, for real?
I saw it.
I haven't seen it.
When is? Oh, did they cancel Keanu Day? When was that supposed
yeah.
to be?
Motherfuckers
It was.
better know.
Was it May?
It was supposed to be in May.
It was the release of
One of those
John Wick
movies
3,
coming out.
or 4.
No, there's no way.
No. It was gonna be the release of Matrix 4 and John Wick 4, so it was gonna be next year.
Oh. Is it?
No,
Yeah,
Keanu
okay.
Day wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
I
happen
guess
this
next
year.
year then.
Keanu Day wasn't. released.
Yeah, he's gonna be filming
Oh.
Matrix 4, so John Wick 4 got pushed.
We were gonna do. It was gonna be another awesome day. It was gonna be Fate 9 and Fast 9, not Fate. Fast 9 and SpongeBob 3 on the same day.
Oh
was
shit!
supposed to
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What are we gonna do for that?
SpongeBob was
How do we
pushed to
commemorate it?
August.
Ribs,
Yeah, SpongeBob
Ribs,
comes out August.
mini M&Ms,
Birdman.
Birdman.
SpongeBob.
Yes.
Fucking. Oh man, I can't wait for Fast 9, dude. Oh.
It's basically
man.
done.
I was
Imagine if-
I was telling Sam, but my goal is to not rewatch that trailer before that movie
Yeah.
comes out. And I know they're gonna have another one probably wintertime to rehype it,
Definitely.
or at least a month before, so February, March,
Definitely.
whatever. But my goal is to not watch that.
Yeah, just like the
And just
shot
going
factor of all
real-
the shit they pull.
Yeah, I want to go on real raw. I want to kind of forget. I already kind of forgot John Cena is Vin Diesel's brother.
Oh, you're
It's gonna
so
be-
right.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Dude, imagine if people dressed up at the premiere like Harry Potter. But it was just like it's
bald
bald,
Ball caps and bow tanks.
Dude, guys, we should use that.
Bald caps.
fucking white tees,
We,
cheese pieces.
the four of us go as Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I'd be
Just
down.
four Vin Diesel.
Dude, I'm super down. Super down.
Well, then we have to go opening night.
Oh,
You gotta.
like we weren't gonna go anyway.
Like midnight premiere opening. Like we're taking work
Oh,
off.
like
midnight
Thursday
premiere.
night.
Oh, this is our job.
Fucking-
We could just take it off.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm down.
fucking bald cap.
All right. Nobody do anything stupid.
White bro
We
tank,
have to all be
Ball
friends
cap,
at that point.
big silver crosses.
Man, I gotta start working out then.
No, just go fucking chunky.
Yeah, we're getting chunky.
Fat and curious.
Fucking double stuffed Oreo.
For the Leah. Oh, she said, choked on my
Oh,
drink.
man, you good, buddy?
No, I'm done.
Bless.
All right, who's got a?
Oh yeah.
I'm done, dude. I'm dry.
Oh, you're dry.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
No, the news is
But what
talking
about
about
the
way more
podcast?
important things right now. So,
I've got a little
no lack
story.
on topics.
I got a little story. You can sort of say it's sort of like the animal of the week, because
Sort of.
yeah, because it is about a dog, and it's a dog named George. Now, it's a heart wrenching story, but it's a good story at the same time. This is a good story. So George was a pet dog
And then died.
in New Zealand, and then he died.
Oh,
The end.
George.
Why did it being in New Zealand make it worse?
George was a pet dog in New Zealand that he sacrificed himself for a small child that was being attacked by two pit bulls.
Oh,
And
shit.
now
Wait, what kind of dog was?
well, we're gonna get into that. So pit bulls, are strong. Like buff.
Yeah. Except
fucking-
I thought you were gonna say bears, and then you said pit bulls, and it actually ruined the story. I
Oh
ruined your
my
story
God.
for me.
I think they have those.
Bears?
New Zealand.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Fucking like koala gang.
Do they have koalas?
Chlamydia.
Do they?
I don't know.
This is Australia, dude.
Well, what do they have in New Zealand then? I don't think they have bears though.
Do they have bears?
What do they?
All I think I was hunting for the
The fuck
wilder
do they
people.
I
Were they-
just want to
So
know
they have wildebeest.
what George is.
Oh, that was a boar.
Oh, yeah, they have boars.
Bears?
They got
Oh, I can
boars.
look it
Yeah,
up.
vegan
That almost
orange
sounds
scene.
like bear.
I can look it up. I just don't.
There's a
want
B
to.
and an R in there, and an S for plural. Anyway, so 2 pit bulls. George was a Jack Russell Terrier.
Whoa!
So wait, so was the
What?
little boy George's owner?
No, George. No. It was just some boy.
So George,
Oh,
rolling
Good
along in
Samaritan.
the New Zealand countryside, comes across a young boy getting attacked by 2 pit bulls, runs in like the fucking American New Zealandese American hero that he is.
Yeah. And this is fucking George, man.
Whoa.
Look at that
Oh,
fucking
the little
face.
boy.
He's a little.
That's the face of a
Jack
hero.
Scamp.
That's the face of a hero.
I like how the whole ass title of the Wikipedia is George parentheses dog.
Oh, this is
George's dog.
2007.
2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Rips.
So I'm guessing that
Dang.
the pit bulls were the cause of George's demise, or
Oh, yeah. So I have
Pit bulls
a little.
are. Pit bulls can be.
Don't pull up like the
Stocky
video
boys.
right
No,
now.
no, no.
pit bulls are
I-
dog fighting
Yeah.
dogs, dude. Pit bulls will fuck you up.
So-
Well, okay. Yeah, let's not get the bad rep to pit bulls. There are plenty of good pit bulls.
No,
So-
pit bulls are
But
great.
they also
they
use
are
them in dogfighting rings.
pit
Yeah,
So
bulls.
they're
and,
mean. They can be.
pit bulls and Rottweilers are like the 2 like big, well-known mean dogs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, Rottweilers are like security dogs a lot.
Yeah.
Usually.
No, German Shepherd
They're-
would fuck you up too. But they're
Real
just
German
loyal.
Shepherds.
Ooh, yeah.
Fucking. Because I've seen like what I thought were like real German Shepherds throughout my life, and then I knew somebody in college that had a real German Shepherd, and that thing was like the head was like up to here.
Fuck.
The thing was humongous.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, that's a wolf, man." God damn. So anyway, George was a little Jack Russell Terrier, and according to witnesses, he jumped in the middle and fought as hard as he could, but he never stood a chance.
Oh
My
no!
little heart.
Didn't you say this ends happy?
Did you fart? Did you fart while laughing right there? Oh, buddy.
So witnesses said that he fought as hard as he could, but never stood a chance. And was severely mauled.
No! No! Why are we reading this?
It's reached a point where it's so funny because it's just so not funny.
It's so sad.
Oh,
My
can I
God.
drink?
Fucking
Is that okay?
severely mauled as the child was pulled to safety. George died of his wounds that afternoon at the vet, but the child was saved thanks to George. And here now for the clincher, for the good, awesome thing that they have in New Zealand. They have a statue of George.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
George!
man.
Hell yeah,
But
that's awesome.
Nice. Dang. What a champion.
I
What
hope-
What a bloody Ripper legend.
I hope the owner of those pit bulls was fucking. I hope he is deep in prison now.
They gave him some fucking schmeat.
Yeah, he's pretty
Chunky bull.
pretty thick. Yeah. The fucking,
Put some respect on his name.
I'm sure he hung lower than that. Fucking George, come on. days.
Sweet.
Dang.
Pretty dope.
Oh God, that wasn't funny, but it was hilarious. Was anyone laughing as much as I was?
Not as much as you.
My eyes are closed most of that. I didn't see it.
I think we all also laughed at shock of how the language took.
Well-
and then we were just pretty much laughing because you were laughing.
Well, I started laughing because you guys were laughing because I was like, oh, I didn't expect this to be funny. And then I was like, well, it's actually pretty funny.
God damn.
Dang.
Remember when George Lopez was Beverly Hills Chihuahua?
Now I do. Didn't they make like 4 of
I was
those?
going to say, did it make a few of those ones?
Yeah. dude.
Was he in all of them?
Yeah, dude. What do you? How's he gonna pay for all of his? I don't know what he needs.
His riches.
His riches.
So does George Lopez do anything nowadays?
He voice acted on Harley Quinn.
Okay.
I feel like you can get to that point of your career where you just pick up like the most weird ass jobs just to like coast. Like
Yeah.
George Lopez is made.
You have a name, so you can argue a salary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But he had a talk show for a little
Couple years
bit.
The Lopez
That was
night.
so bad.
That died fast, right?
Well, the
It was
fucking
terrible.
he was in a fucking stadium.
He was in a stadium.
It was,
Oh,
because
fuck.
you know, like everyone
that's
else
what-
is
yeah.
like a 200 like seat, but his
Well, I
is,
think
like,
the thing I kind of noticed because I was watching Gabriel Iglesias the other day, or my mom was. It was
Good
on.
choice.
It's good. It's funny. But he was playing a stadium too, and I think and he has this one bit where he's talking about how he met Chris Rock. He like went backstage at a Chris Rock show, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know if they're gonna let me in. I don't know if he's gonna recognize me or like that I'm important enough to like get in to say hi to Chris Rock." And then he like goes to the dressing room, and he's like, Chris Rock is like, "I know you. You're the king of the Mexicans." But I think that like they just get so hyped up, and it's like, oh, I think it literally like I don't know if this is wrong to say, but I think every single fucking Mexican person on the planet is like, oh yeah, George Lopez, Gabriel Iglesias, like fuck yeah, get me there. So like they can fill a stadium every time they do a special or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think it might have been like George Lopez is like, okay, guys, I got this talk show that I want to do. I want to do it. Like, we got to find somewhere to film. It's like, okay, we'll get you like a sizable studio. Great, get a stadium. Studio, George. That's what I said. Also, get that.
They have to fit his big head in the building.
Come
Come at me, George. Come on the podcast. Respond like a man.
Hey, George, if you don't guest star on this fun podcast, you a bitch.
Ooh, it's true.
Now Conan and George Lopez hate our fucking show.
Oh no.
You're gonna fucking dismantle the late night formula.
Yeah. Coming
New media.
for Jimmy
New
Fallon
media.
next. And the other one.
Ray Romano.
Oh yeah, they're both Jimmy. You were coming for you, double Jimmy, Jimmy, and Jimmy. Why don't they do that?
Jim Jam.
When both their shows start dying, they need to have the Jimmy and Jimmy late night talk show.
Oh.
It's
what
both
if
of them?
What if it's like it's two desks apart from each other, and then the middle is a ring, and the guest star for the night comes in the middle, and then they have to go to the ring and fight to get that interview for that night.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Right?
yeah.
Right? Jimmy.
Jimmy. Jimbo.
Fucking.
James.
That'd be sweet, huh? I'd watch the shit out
I'd
of
fuck
that.
with that, yeah.
Mainly to see them beat their ass.
Just whoever's producing, contact us at iff@podcast.net.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll respond to
Real
your email.
website.
But we're gonna wait a month
Real
to
website.
really tease you. But we're interested.
Podcast.
But we're not interested.
Yeah, how long was the George Lopez Tonight? What was it, George Lopez Tonight?
2 or 3 years or something.
Yeah,
Something
I saw like
like
3 episodes of it and like, nah, that was not into his show.
I watched it. I don't remember if I liked it a lot or whatever, but I mainly watched it because I liked the Lopez show.
I love the
Yeah.
Lopez show.
George Lopez.
And it was
Oh,
pretty
the
much
sitcom,
off that.
yeah.
the
His George
sitcom.
Lopez was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Really
That was also I feel like it was legitimately good. I enjoyed it, but it was also totally that thing of like stayed sick from school, like what's on Price is Right in the George Lopez show.
Well, I guess the George
Dude,
Lopez
yeah.
show.
When I was like super insomniac in high school, I used to just stay up super late. Nick at Night, George
Nick
Lopez
at Night,
show
dude.
every
Nick
fucking
at
night.
Night.
It was George Lopez show, Family Matters, which is also good. There was like a third early '90s sitcom. It wasn't.
I
It
think
wasn't.
they played Friends on Nick at Night.
Fucking Ray Romano.
Oh,
I don't think. Was Ray on?
I don't think that was gonna be on
I don't
Nick
think
at
that was
Night.
Nick at Night. There was definitely another sitcom that was on all the time. But yeah, it was either Nick at Night or fucking Toonami.
yeah.
That's what I used to watch throughout middle school and high school.
When they had that robot android dude with the spaceship.
They brought him back, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they
Yeah.
did bring him back.
Yeah.
They brought him back a long time ago,
Oh,
like
I feel
5,
like they're
6 years
yeah.
ago.
I haven't seen
They're bringing everything
Toonami in
back.
a long ass time.
Yeah. He's
I-
Adult Swim now.
Oh, it's Adult Swim. They like merged it. Yeah.
Oh,
I read
they
this
did.
just like somebody made. It was like an opinion piece, and it was like the cycle of nostalgia just keeps getting shorter and shorter. Where people are like,
That's true.
"Oh, that was
yeah.
5 years ago. Revamp, redo."
Well, I mean, but are
Like
you complaining
the-
though?
No, I like.
It's more when the bad stuff starts cycling around, then you're like, ugh.
Yeah, they were saying how there would be like, like pop-up stores, how they have like little events, and it would be like memorabilia of like Blockbuster. It would be like, remember Blockbuster? Like, yes, I do. Like, who gives a shit?
Closed like a year ago. It's just been that long.
Speaking
I
of,
think we had I
There's
think
still
Oregon
one.
was like the last holdout. We have the last one.
I think we did have the last one. Yeah. Speaking of Busters, though, I can't wait for our nostalgia. I can't wait for our nostalgia to hit where it's like. No, this will make sense.
Whoa,
I promise
whiplash
it'll
on
make
that
sense.
transition.
I promise it'll make sense.
Speaking of busting a nut, George Lopez.
I can't wait till we reboot the reboot of Ghostbusters. That was where the Busters.
What?
Aren't they
They
already?
are doing that.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when they're rebooting the original Ghostbusters now. I think.
No, they're
Yes.
No, but they did the all-female one, which is like the reboot. I can't wait till we
They
reboot
re-
that one.
When they reboot.
In, like,
Oh!
They reboot the
The one with like
gender
Kristen
bent
Wiig.
one.
Yeah. But no, yeah,
not.
there's
I
a new,
wanted
there's a
that
new
to be
Ghostbusters
good.
movie
That
coming out.
Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, I
haven't seen
I
it.
didn't see it.
I-
I heard
I-
it wasn't that great.
I heard not great things, and the first trailer I was just like, no, I'm not gonna like this movie.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the originals though. I feel like I just don't have a lot. I've missed out on a lot of stuff.
They're
It's a solid movie.
It's
from the
an
80s.
'80s movie.
they're
Yeah.
they're
It's
good.
corny,
I
it's-
feel like
It's just good.
Good soundtrack.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it'd be better if you watched it as a kid, and then like you'd have more of that nostalgia factor.
Ghostbusters is
I
kind of like
didn't
still
see it
good.
as a kid. I saw it as an adult, and it's good. I get the nostalgia. I don't have nostalgia for it, but I get this nostalgia. So if you watch it, you'll probably enjoy it.
Ghostbusters is like the Back to the Future, Goonies, E.T.
I
like
fucking hate Back to the
like
Future.
I hate Back to the Future too. But it's like one of like the '80s movies. Like it's one of like the first thing people think of when they think '80s movies. So I feel like
Balls,
that's
Marty.
why it's so timeless.
Sam and I started watching that.
It was terrible.
Us
Everyone's
three were
like
drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
everyone's like
and I
vibrating
like
because they're so fucking spastic and on a sugar rush. Like
Yeah.
everybody's moving at like
Are you
a
sure
fucking
that
mile a
wasn't
minute.
just? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I did not think that through.
I don't think he like was,
No, but it's-
had that yet.
No.
It's every character. Like every character's just fucking on one the whole time, and it's like everybody's fucking spazzy, and it's like watching a bunch of cartoon characters, but in real life. So it's like,
I didn't.
Maybe
they were just
I didn't
coked
get
out.
that much.
could be. I don't know.
I didn't
80s
get the
dude.
spazziness that you're talking about. I don't
Dude,
know.
he's like hanging on the back of people's cars with his skateboard, just like he's
It's
like
just a lot
he's
going
going to school.
on.
He's at school. His school's done now. It's like
Well, that
He's
was.
like-
It seems like that movie was just like so heavily '80s, like the energy and everything.
Yeah, it's
That's-
like
that's
colorful energy, lots going on, and then it's fucking. Oh, it's also fucking weird because you don't see Doc at all until like the first it's all just Marty going around and he's the cool kid. Oh, late to
Do they even
class,
talk about
skateboarding
him?
around. No, they don't talk about him. And then he like all of a sudden is like eating dinner with his family, and then he's just in a parking lot at night, and he's like meets up with it. He's like, "Oh, what's up, Doc?" And Doc's like, "Oh, what's up, Marty? Hey, I'm building this.
Good thing we know each other from before, right?
I'm actually building this time machine. It works." And no way, it works. And then these guys roll up in a van and just fucking gun down Doc.
What?
Yeah.
The first like 15 minutes of this
Oh my
movie.
God.
And Sam and I are watching this. Sam's like half passed out, but we're watching this like 3 a.m.
I remember that.
Drunk out of our minds going, "Oh my God, what the fuck is going on in this movie?" Yeah, and so he gets gunned down, and then fucking Marty gets into the DeLorean and then fucking time travels and goes back in time. And so he has to meet up with old Doc to probably save future Doc.
He
by the
also
end of it.
almost bangs his mom somewhere in the
Yeah.
middle there.
Nice.
Oh, his mom is thirsty in that movie, by the way. They get in some
What's that?
tussle and they like bring Marty back or like to the house and they put him in the bed and the mom's just like fucking ready to fuck. It's
What's
It's
that
fucking
Marty
weird.
Dick Fly?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, every 80s movie was kind of like that, though. Like, I'm trying to think of a word that, like, describes it, but just, like, everything's kind of bonkers. I don't know. Just, like, everything's kind of, like, very over the top, but also in, like, a very... It's, like, cartoony, but kind of also... It's cartoony, but in the world, that's normal. Like, that's just how people behave.
Yeah.
But it's not even everybody in the movie. It's just, like, the main...
It's like watching
people.
a musical.
Kinda, but without
Where you
music.
start to get into it
Yeah.
and the music happens and you're like, this is not a real place. Right? That's how I feel. But yeah.
No one breaks out into song like this.
And everyone's into it. And there's not one person that doesn't have rhythm when I know half those people can catch the beat.
Yeah, I feel like I saw a lot of those movies a little too late because I saw Ghostbusters like as a kid, maybe like middle school.
When did you see it?
I don't
didn't
remember.
see
I
it
know I've
as a
seen
kid.
them. I think I saw number 2 before I saw number 1, but I've definitely seen them both. But they were fine. They were just fine for me. And then I saw my mom showed me Goonies when I was a kid, and I was like, that's fine. Didn't really do much for me. Just I feel like a lot of those 80s movies, I'm just like. Yeah, but if I'm sure if I grew up with them, like I was like a decade or two older, yeah, I'd really like them. I don't know. But there's that kind of old stuff that everybody just kind of latches onto. But maybe that's just because, like Star Wars, like none of us saw Star Wars like way back in the 70s or 60s? When was it?
70s.
70s. But like all of us still have like a lot of nostalgia for that. But that might be just also part of the fact of that is that they just keep making more of them. And there's like, the new one came out like a year ago or something, so.
All my nostalgia lies with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They're still teasing that they're gonna have like a big Spider-Man crossover movie with all the Garfields and the Hollands and the
They really are.
good old boys. They keep talking about it. No,
well-
it's not like a thing that's happening, but there's
People
every
want
once in a
it
while you'll be
and
like, oh,
they-
it's gonna happen. It's like, oh, is it? Is it gonna happen?
People wanted it, and then they talked about doing it for the Miles Morales Spider-Verse movie. They're doing a second one of those, so they
Pretty
could do it
Yeah.
for that one.
Live
There's a
action
little
Toby.
Easter egg.
Yeah, this is like live action within the
Yeah.
within the
Like
comic.
Roger Rabbit, but with Toby.
Wait, are you saying like
What
everything's a cartoon except for Toby?
Yeah. And he's just walking around.
Hell yeah, into it.
Well, I can't say I don't want it.
Where is he now?
Toby?
Where's he at?
In a hot tub somewhere
Wasn't he
with a
doing,
soulmate.
Wasn't he doing like
Did-
theater stuff for a little bit? I'm probably bullshitting that. I have no idea.
I think a lot of.
Oh, he's a high
actors,
artist.
Like,
Did you guys ever see the? Oh, fuck, I can't remember the movie.
movie.
It's I can't remember the actress either. She's red hair. Movie, and it's based off real life, and it was this woman, and she ran a underground poker league.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were telling me about it.
Do you remember what the movie was called?
No.
Do you remember the? I don't remember the actress either. Fuck.
It's like Jessica's Game or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Something like that. Super close. Sam, look it up. You're on your phone.
I'm looking up Tobey Maguire.
Well,
Priorities.
Anyway, so she ends up like getting into this poker league, and it's played with a bunch of celebrities in LA. And she works for the guy that runs it, but she's like the hostess kind of, works as that. And so she starts like learning all the lingo and how to play the game and how to run her own thing. And then she ends up getting ostracized from that and goes to New York and starts her own league. And then she starts getting involved with not only celebrities but like high up Wall Street politician people. And then she gets involved with the Russian mob. And then she gets in trouble from the government. And that's how the movie kind of goes. But there's a character that's played by Michael Cera in that. And she played with a bunch of Hollywood actors. And so Michael Cera kind of plays this... I think it was Michael Cera. And he plays kind of like this very cocky, I don't like playing poker because I don't like the game, but I like to take people's money. And I like to make people lose. So I like being... And he's like really good at poker. That's kind of his character. And allegedly that character is based off of probably more than one person, but probably Tobey Maguire.
Like in real life?
Yeah, because she didn't spill any of the names of the people that played in her games, except some of them got out, and some of them were Ben Affleck and who's his buddy? I can't remember his name. Matt Damon, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. Because Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are best friends, and Tobey Maguire and Leo are best friends.
That's so
really good friends
to think
in real
about.
life. And so, and apparently Tobey Maguire is known in Hollywood for being a really fucking good poker player.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool.
So when you watch that movie, and then you picture it being Tobey Maguire, and Tobey Maguire's like, oh, I'm just
With
a
that goofy
tiny,
ass
nice,
face.
gooby kind of guy and stuff, but then he's got like this really dark, like, I'm gonna take you for everything you're worth kind of attitude. It's like, oh, buddy!
Why do you think he pulled off emo Tommy so
Dark.
well, Tommy?
Did you see that mashup with Infinity Wars? With that?
Bro, yeah.
It's just Tobey, he's like, snap, 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 and in between the
People
snaps, they
dissolving.
show a person dissolving from Infinity Wars.
Oh no!
How the snap should happen.
I watched. I told you guys this already, but I watched those two movies back to back yesterday. Oh, it's a lot of Avengers, dude. It's a lot of shit.
I'm about to go through the Thor movies.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I just want to rewatch them. I rewatched Captain America: First Avenger last night, and that's. I have one problem with that movie.
Yeah.
Is that it's like decent in the beginning, small guy. He's a good guy. They tell him they pick him because he's got a good heart. And then he gets super strong, and you're like, oh, he's Captain America. And then they can't send him out to war, so he's just a stage guy, and that's how he develops the Captain America persona.
I actually really liked that.
And then he goes and saves a bunch of soldiers, and that's how they're like, oh shit, you can actually like do shit. You're a superhero basically, and that's before they send. And then that's like the first three-quarters of that movie.
They didn't seem jacked out of his mind and think he couldn't do something.
Pretty much.
Get on the stage, theater boy.
He went in there like 2 feet tall, 5 inches.
Yeah.
Came out 6'11".
The movie is Molly's Game, and it's Jessica Chastain.
Oh, wrong.
Oh.
That's close. But then after the point they're like, oh, you're good. We're gonna start sending you on spec op missions now to go stop Hydra. Instead of like showing the missions all drawn out, like what you've finally been building for, they just show like a montage of just like small fight scenes, like snippeted, and they're cool, but there's no context except that they're going to Hydra labs and blowing them up. And so it's just kind of weird movie decision to just you're not building up.
Was
to
any
one.
of that stuff important though?
No, but it just feels weird. It makes sense in the context of the movie, and then that's before the final fight with Red Skull and stuff.
I read something. I'm not sure how. I didn't do any like research into it or whatever, but it's like when he first like wakes up after the ice bath, in Shield, like in New York, and he's in that like fake studio room or whatever, and someone was like saying about all the little imperfections that he could have picked on, or probably did, like before he like like snaps and like breaks through the wall or
But
whatever.
here's the baseball game.
Yeah, like the baseball game was like on a Sunday, but they said it was Tuesday or whatever. And then
Well, he said he was at the game.
yeah.
Sorry, I just watched it.
Oh, but it was also like they said it was on a certain day, even though like baseball games they only played them on specific days, and it was like you're woken up on a Wednesday, and it's like but the game is going on, other than like that, and then like about the way the like someone was looking at the bra that the lady was wearing, and that it was like completely different style than the time that he would have lived in, and like her hair was done up way different, and like little like tiny things like that. I don't know what the point was, but
So they just overanalyze the scene
Yeah.
and they're like, no, that didn't match up with the fucking 1940s.
yeah. Well, just to be like trying to make Captain America a little cooler, I guess, by like he knew the whole time.
Yeah,
The second
he's
he
not
woke
dumb.
up. Yeah.
Well, doesn't he also like? Doesn't he like figure it out like 10 seconds after he wakes up?
He figures it out basically.
Isn't he running out into Times Square like? Yeah.
He basically wakes up and
Like-
he's like listening to the game. You kind of like see him looking around, and then the nurse comes in. She's like, "How you feeling?" And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" He like immediately knows, basically.
Yeah.
On the radio, it's like MLG. Phase Clan is taking middle. What the fuck years?
Middle. They probably should have done that. It would have thrown him off. He was immediately suspicious, but if they immediately threw him off, maybe they could have kind of eased him into it a little bit.
Oh, I think the point was, it was like,
Are we really gonna go on again? Because you wasted like fucking 40 minutes going on about him, that stupid room.
I think it was because they wanted to make sure that his brain didn't turn into jello, and that he thought he was like a Twix boy who was in the middle of like a circus ring, like on a unicycle with like juggling elephants, you know. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't waste any time on the podcast.
I'm just giving you shit, dude. I do want to hear what you have to say.
No, it's pretty much to make sure
I'm just
that
gonna
his
drag
brain
you
wasn't
through a
jello.
pile of shit first. No, yeah. What I thought was cool, and I don't know if it was just... No, it probably was the real movie, is that if you stayed for after the credits, they showed a trailer for the Avengers movie after Captain America. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm about to go through the Thor movies, Thor 1 and 2. And I remember liking Thor 2, and I thought Thor 1 was real medium. But I remember liking Thor 2, and I'm ready to just fucking hate both of them.
Man.
Has it been the longest? So, the last Marvel movie Spider-Man?
Live action?
Yes. What do you mean? Yeah. Is there any not?
I don't know why I said that. Yeah.
Um.
I meant in the MCU. No,
that's,
never mind.
that's what I'm talking about. Was Spider-Man the last one? Has this been like the longest time in like the past 12 years that a Marvel movie hasn't been released? Or the longest wait time in between Marvel movies? Because we were supposed to get Black Widow like 2 months ago.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
And they waited a decent chunk after Endgame
Need to
anyway.
fix.
Spider-Man was kind of like the filler, but it's only because it's owned by a different
Injected
studio.
into my veins.
I do actually really want to. I want a new Marvel movie.
Well, we were,
I was watching Endgame last night and I was like, I miss feeling this way. I like
clamoring
seeing
to
cool
get
Marvel
Black
shit.
Widow on straight to streaming. But
They're not gonna-
Disney's trying to get that money though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're never gonna make as much money as they would with theater tickets.
Would you take a Marvel movie if it was just Hawkeye?
See, every time I was watching
with that rat tail that he has?
Endgame last. His hair is so terrible in that movie. But I
Mohawk,
remember
dude, it's
every time I
cool.
looked at Jeremy Renner,
Because
I was-
he's in pain.
Every time I looked at Jeremy Renner, I was just like, man, you threatened to murder your wife in real life, and I don't like you. So,
What?
Yeah, didn't Jeremy Renner he was
well,
like
they threatened to murder each other basically.
he and his wife were in a fight. And he's like, "I'll kill you."
Yeah, him and his wife were having
A marital
we're having
spat.
a marital spat / divorce or something, and they have one child. So there's like custody arguments, and so basically they had text messages in between each other that were like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." No, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Not if I kill you first.
I mean, I get it. It's like a
Not if I kill you 1,000.
They're heated and it's personal.
it's like a divorce
you don't
and a
understand
custody.
what
No,
they're
no,
going
it's a
through and
divorce
shit.
and a custody battle and all that. So I don't know why I just look at Jeremy Renner. I'm like, I just don't think I like you, dude.
I just,
I don't know.
Now every time I look at him, I think of him like trying to start his like rock career.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, have you heard
Wait,
his
what?
rock music?
Yeah, he
No?
was like, yeah, he's like starting his like music career, and it's like generic
Rock
like,
eye?
poppy rock.
It's like poppy.
Yeah, yeah, like poppy rock. The only time I haven't like
thanks.
gone out to listen to it, but I heard it like on like a truck commercial. It played once, and he was like, "Oh, I'm Jeremy Renner. Buy this truck and my new album. And if you buy my album, you could get one of these trucks or some shit." I don't know.
I saw it on YouTube or something, and I listened to like 2/3 of one of his songs, and I was just like, nah. And he's got a decent voice and stuff, but
Yeah.
the style it was mostly the style of rock. It's very, very generic poppy rock.
Yeah.
I need
I-
a little bit more.
No.
I'm not into listening to rock
I'm
generically. I guess I need more flavor.
What is Jeremy Renner saying that I need to hear? Like, really?
I'm gonna
Nothing.
kill my wife.
I like bows and arrows. I would watch a Hawkeye movie. I don't know. Apparently, like the recent Hawkeye comics have been like really good. So if they adapted that, he's getting a show. His daughter is, or whoever the fuck,
No, it's Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
It's not.
There is a Hawkeye thing coming out, and he's gonna be in it. Like, there's no way he's not. So
His daughter in the movie
I'll
was
take
one
it.
of the director's daughters.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
Fun fact.
one of the directors.
No,
was in
Kate,
it.
Kate Bishop isn't related. They're trying to get Haley Steinfeld to be that. So it's kind of it was kind of a passing of the mantle, is what people thought it was going to be. But they're now, she hasn't signed on board yet, even though they want her. And the show got delayed, so they're going to push some of the other shows forward. And now they're talking about, or there's something just came out recently where they retitled like the behind the scenes name for it.
for the
And
Hawkeye
it's a
show.
reference to a comic book. So now they're thinking it's going to be really heavily based off that comic. / people have said it's going to explore what he did as Ronin, as like the alter ego.
Yeah, that whole all throughout Endgame, it's like in the beginning, Black Widow's talking to like a bunch of her hologram friends. She doesn't have real ones, but and
Nice.
she's talking to War Machine, and War Machine's like, "Oh, bro, man, Hawkeye's gone off the deep end. He left like a slaughter here." It's like, "Oh man, it's like terrible. Just I've never seen such carnage," and you never see it. And then the next and like only time you see him doing anything bad is he's like just slaughter. He kills like 4 Japanese drug lords, and he like takes his mask off. He's like crying because he's like, "Oh, what did I do?"
It was raining.
And like and later he's like, when they're like fighting to jump off the cliff, he's like, "Oh, my family, they can't see what I've become." It's like, I never got the like, cool, you're going around murdering drug lords. Isn't that just what you did as a superhero anyway? Also, weren't you like a government enforcer for like many years? Like, weren't you a secret agent that were just like killing the bat? Like, it just didn't seem like anything new or like. It was fine. Like, I don't know why that took such a heavy toll on him.
The first time I saw that, for some reason I didn't hear it correctly or I didn't understand whatever. But when they were when that part where they're like, "Oh, there's a town in Mexico," or "There was a town," or whatever. Now it's this or whatever. I legit thought that they were talking about the Hulk. I was like, "Oh fuck, Hulk is like going crazy," or whatever. But then I was like disappointed. I was like, "Ah."
Yeah, it's like he killed a bunch of like cartels members. It's like, okay, am I supposed to feel bad about that or like?
No, I think that's a product of that movie having too many storylines going on at once, so they can't show everything. So
I feel like Hawkeye gets wrecked by a cartel.
Like we're talking realty stuff.
really,
Yeah.
well, I mean, so does Black Widow, but she does fucking stupidly crazy shit in those movies, and she's about to do stupider crazy shit in her solo movie.
Captain Marvel does nothing in that movie.
What movie? Oh, in Endgame?
She kind of comes in to
She
save the
thinks
day,
she's
but
cool,
like
and she like headbutts Thanos once, and then she's like, I'm Captain Marvel. Look at my new haircut. Fuck you.
fucking
God, I hate her. Fuck, I hate. God. I hate that movie. I hate her. It should have been Charlize Theron. God.
Oh
damn.
God! See,
it would have been dope.
I didn't like. I thought Captain Marvel was like okay. It didn't like. I didn't leave that theater being like meh, but I didn't like. She's fine. She's fine. I like Brie Larson, but every time you say that it could have been Charlize, I'm like, oh, fuck. It could be so much better. What's Charlize gonna be?
If she was like female Thor, that'd be. If she was anything really,
fuck.
No, they
she'd
still
be
got She-Hulk.
awesome. Oh, she'd be
Oh
She-Hulk.
hell yeah!
That'd be cool.
I've heard Alison Brie for She-Hulk, and I'm like,
Alison Brie does not need to be a superhero.
Alison Brie is a tiny person.
Alison
Like, no
Brie has
offense,
a tiny voice.
She
a
acts.
tiny
She
person.
acts the shit out of most things she's in. She's a really great actress. She-Hulk is. I don't know. You need to be.
No,
It's-
you
it's
need
a
to get
Hulk.
someone
It's a
you
Hulk
just need to get
character.
someone
Well, they would just CGI anyone who was it, right? Anyway, because isn't
Yeah, well, I
She-Hulk
don't know,
just
like,
always
she-
like big and green all the time?
No, they're just gonna paint over.
Yeah,
Well,
but
hang
She-Hulk
on.
is
The
also
thing is,
like
she's always-
depending. She's like a taller green woman. She's not even really that muscular. A
Yeah.
lot of the times, apparently, like her modern day interpretation, she's basically just Hulk. She's like huge, but like traditionally, she's supposed to be like a supermodel, but like still the Hulk. So she's just kind of like
She
tall,
gets a-
sexy green lady.
Yeah, she gets a better genetic from the gamma radiation.
Yeah,
She gets a what? Better?
She
Yeah.
get like Hulk gets it very brutally, where he has like the two personalities, and She-Hulk pretty much gets just the strength and the green skin.
Yeah, she's not all stupid. And
Yeah, she doesn't Hulk out like Hulk does.
Rage.
That could be wrong. I don't know that much about She-Hulk because I'm like, why would you have She-Hulk when you could just have the Hulk? So I'm really surprised they're doing her, but I'm sure there's a real loyal She-Hulk.
This is like-
fan base.
Go back and watch that that Hulk TV show.
Oh, with
Oh,
like
Lou
Lou
Ferrigno.
Ferrigno.
Where they just painted him green.
yeah, dude.
Well, it was a different actor. Bruce Banner was a normal guy, and then when he went Hulk, they just painted Lou green.
Dude, part of the CGI on Hulk's face in Age of Ultron was Lou Ferrigno.
Nice.
Like they took aspects of Lou Ferrigno's like bone structure and put it into the Hulk.
That's cool.
That's pretty sweet.
That's cool trivia bit. Fuck.
They did that.
Dude.
They did that in Man of Steel. Like the
Oh, Christopher
one
Reeves,
of the
yeah.
last scenes they have,
when
like
he's
there's a
taking off
drill,
the-
and
That was Lou Ferrigno's lip.
honestly, I can see it.
they had like the space drill, and Superman's flying through a laser. So when the laser is like shining over his face, there's like a second where they just put Christopher Reeve's face there. Honestly, you can't tell. I don't know how anyone recognized it or noticed it.
Oh, in
I'm
all
pretty
of
sure
these
Zack
movies,
Snyder was like, "Oh, look what we did."
God.
No, I'm sure in all of these movies, there's some jackass dude like going frame by frame.
Dude, don't judge me.
Damn!
But dude, I was thinking. I just thought this. It's like a huge stretch, and they probably won't do it. But like, they're gonna eventually put the Fantastic Four in. Dude, Charlize Theron for like a female Doctor Doom.
Oh,
She's got that intimidation factor, dude. I think it should be good.
Oh god.
Because I'm thinking like Charlize deserves the
They got a
best.
female Dr.
Dude,
Thor.
Victoria Von Doom.
Oh,
I think it could be pretty fucking
Alright.
sweet.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm
That's
down.
interesting.
I was just thinking like, Charlize Theron is like, she's just the best. No one's gonna be better than Charlize. So I'm like, what does Charlize deserve? The best. I was thinking, ooh, she could be like a villain though. I was like, who's the best villain? Doctor Doom. She's gotta be Doctor Doom.
Or she could be Magneto.
Magneto.
Eric.
Professor Charlie.
Professor Charlize.
Both.
Charlize Xavier.
Charlize Theron is my favorite female action star, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's in a lot of action movies?
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, you're right, sir.
I mean, Kate Beckinsale.
I haven't seen Atomic Blonde yet, but apparently it's really cool.
Atomic Blonde
really
is-
good.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale's great.
It's not the best movie, Atomic Blonde, but for what it is, it's just fucking.
No, yeah,
it's
I've
pretty
heard
tight.
really good
The
things.
fight choreography was good.
Oh, fight choreography is amazing. amazing.
Fucking
And it's
brutal,
tired
man.
fighting, which is really realistic and really cool to watch.
I like tire fighting.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Nice. Like it?
Yeah.
Nice. You saw it?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Amazing.
Nice. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
No, you should
Be
watch it.
believable.
It's really good.
But dude, Fury Road, yeah, fucking A. Charlize kills it. She's gonna get her own movie. Furios, for your information, Furios is gonna be the next like Mad Max installment. Apparently,
Sweet.
Is Tom Hardy going to be in it? Period.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be called Furiosa. Just that's it. But
Mad Max Fury Road is, just for some reason, it's just one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, it's in my top 10.
It's really good.
I think it's one of the most like rewatchable action movies.
Yeah.
It's going to hold up
really
too
good.
because they use they use so little CGI. It's so much of it is practical. Like pretty much all those cars, all real, actually built. Those guys on the poles that like swing on the dune buggies were legit doing that.
That flamethrower guitar, super real.
Nope, all fake.
No, it's not.
No, it was
Just
real
because
too.
Sammy said it.
I mean, a lot of CGI touch up and stuff, but when you're touching up with CGI, like Lord of the Rings, I'll praise that too, is all the orcs and shit that they did like close up were all people in fucking practical makeup. And it looks really, really good now because they didn't make them all CGI little monsters.
Is there a movie that's held up like as well as that visually?
Yeah, dude, Godzilla 1999.
What was that one you and I watched?
Is that the one with Matthew
Gorgo.
fucking Broderick?
Yeah, that's what
Gorgo! We were going to talk about the podcast also. Did you hear what we were talking about that over when we took the
I don't
trip?
think so.
So Gorgo is like Godzilla, but in London. And the premise of it's
Cool,
fucking
guy.
really old, like 1950s, but recolorized. And we watched the recolorized version, or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, it was recolorized.
And so these guys are like in Ireland, and they end up discovering that Gorgo's some monster that like protects them, and they capture Gorgo. And Gorgo's only like the size of like a 2-story building. So they bring that Gorgo and capture him, and they bring him to the big city of London and make a circus, and everyone goes see Gorgo, kind of King Kong effect in that sense. But then we find out that that is only a baby Gorgo, and the real Gorgo is actually Godzilla sized. So big adult Gorgo comes in and starts destroying London and shit. And Bobby and I are like wasting our time just watching this bullshit movie. Like fucking 3/4, hour and a half. Just fucking watching nothing. Joking about how shitty it is. And then we're like, finally, Gorgo's actually big. Gorgo's gonna start destroying shit. They're bringing out the military. This is gonna be so awesome! And as an old Godzilla movie, awesome. But then the tanks started firing.
Oh, man.
And you've never thought you had epilepsy more than when you were watching these tanks fire on Gorgo. Because it was just like vibrating.
So jarring.
Bright
God.
flashing lights. And I couldn't watch it.
It
Was it Speed Racer bad?
Like, you get
worse
anxiety.
than Speed Racer.
Oh, it's way
Really?
less than Speed
Oh,
Racer.
Like,
dude,
Speed
Speed
Racer, you
Racer-
could watch it. This one, we could not look at the screen.
I was literally closing my eyes,
I kind of
like
want
covering them.
I'm just
There is-
curious.
to watch Gorgo, or
I don't want to watch all of Gorgo. I just want to see the
Wanna watch
tanks.
that?
Yeah.
It's
Dope.
really, really bad.
Damn.
It's so jarring.
It was
It's
horribly
There
jarring.
there was this time I went to
Oh, we
see.
finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
It's
Gorgo.
shitty. Don't waste your time. Unless you want to see
It was
jarring
shitty.
effects.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah. Why are they so bad at making those movies? The monster movies?
Because they focus too much
They
on
always fuck
people.
it up. But,
I don't think it's necessarily a really deep premise.
well, the original
wanna
one
argue
was
that.
like a metaphor for like
Yeah,
the
it's,
atomic bomb. It
okay,
was,
yeah,
like,
that,
deep. But then the rest of them were
Yeah.
just like,
that
put on this monkey suit and like kick that guy.
there is a shot from an old Godzilla movie when they really started getting corny and shit. And I think it's the one where Godzilla fights like all of the monsters he previously fought, but he fights them all in one movie. And it's Godzilla and then the other monster on like the side of this fucking like grassy canyon or whatever. And Godzilla literally like turns 90 degrees and then fucking rockets his feet completely horizontal, probably like 2,000 feet in real life to kick the other monster. He's
Dude.
just like sliding in the air.
Dude, there was a guy who was the guy who wore the Godzilla suit.
So
He was like a black belt martial artist. Apparently. The guy, I don't know if it was like, not the only guy, obviously, but he wore it for like a lot of the movies. Yeah, I think the monster movie premise. I like monster movies. Don't get me wrong. I think they're kind
they're
of
awesome.
they've stretched. They've been around, since like the 50s. They're kind of. I don't know. There's not. Initially, I don't think there's a whole lot of depth to them nowadays. I'm stoked for Godzilla vs Kong.
Well, there's not that much depth with the monsters. The monsters is usually like the cause for the effect. That's like it's coming, and movies only come interesting when you watch the people deal with what's going on with the monsters.
But that's what they try to do every time, and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
then
just
there's
not interesting.
a lot of the Godzilla movies. They like think he's evil, but he's actually the good guy, and there's Earth balance and shit tied into it.
I feel like Pacific Rim did it way better, where they were just like,
I agree.
everybody just wants to see like monsters and robots like beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but that's why it worked so well. Is
And the
because
premise
they
is that
understand.
there's the good guys fighting the bad guys, and that's all I need in my life.
Dude, that all
It's gonna be awesome. Whereas
Like-
Godzilla, yet though, it's deeper, but I don't care. I guess.
God, the new one was so fucking bad. Was that one called King of Monsters? Godzilla
King of Monsters. Yeah, that one's
I
garbage.
have never in my life
CGI is really cool, but it's
fallen
garbage.
asleep in the middle of like a surround sound movie theater setting action movie, and I fell the fuck asleep for that movie. It's really, really, really slow.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't give a shit about any of the human characters. At
Oh,
least
dude, that fucking jackass gray-haired dude, it's like, oh my god, Zilla. This fucking computer hacking jackass thinks he's the funniest guy. I think he's the dad from Get Out. He's that guy.
Oh yeah.
But he's just a fucking
M'Baku.
smarmy little... What?
M'Baku.
Wait, no. Not Get Out. What was the...
Or, I'm thinking of Us.
Us. No, yeah, it was Get Out. It was the white dad.
Oh.
But that wasn't M'Baku.
Not
yeah.
M'Baku.
M'Baku's the shit.
Yes.
No, he's just like this smarmy computer dude, and he's like their tech whiz guy, but like someone's just like, something crazy happens, someone's like, oh my god, and he's just in the corner, he's like, Zilla. It's like, fuck you, shut up.
Yeah.
The intern made that joke 30 years ago when we first discovered Godzilla. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie's really bad.
But it is cool to see like Mothra and Rodan and King Ghidorah, especially.
Yeah. I do like the fights in that movie. I slept through like most of the last one, which I kind of want to go back and rewatch, but...
There are cool shots in that movie. Which is actually, I was watching these guys talk about CGI, but they were talking about how Pacific Rim 2 is so much worse than Pacific Rim 1. And it's some of the shots with the monsters. And they do it decently well in some of the, at least the new Godzilla movies, I think. I haven't seen the old ones in a long time. But it's the like the underneath shots when you're at ground level looking up at the monsters and they look really big. There's a lot of Pacific Rim shots where they're like underneath, and it really brings the size of them in like a good perspective, so they look big. But in Pacific Rim 2, everything's shot like at eye level with the robots and stuff. For pretty much the whole movie, there's shots like that in Pacific Rim 1, but so it just looks like these like guys playing on like a city
It looks like Power
playground,
Rangers,
basically.
Power Rangers.
Sure, yeah, I don't know. But it just doesn't make the scale of it. And they move really fast, but in a lot of the monster movies, if they do it correctly, to like move that mass through the air, that's why everything's really slow, but it adds mass
Dude,
to it. So if
that's
you do it
something-
at the correct speed, it makes things look meaty when things hit things.
Well, dude, that's the thing I've always...
That's sound also plays a good
Oh, totally.
thing in that. And Pacific Rim 2 just fails on basically all three of those fronts.
This is going to get real
Generally.
physics heavy. Not really, because none of us are physics people.
So you mean normal
but
heavy?
I always wonder, because, like, yeah, in Godzilla movies and shit, everything moves, like, insanely slow. And that's because there's probably, like, it's so much mass to move, and there's, like, a lot more wind resistance, because it's bigger surface area, like, trying to move and stuff. But if you're Godzilla, if you have that much fucking, like, muscle on you, wouldn't you just kind of move normally? Like, I just don't know how the scale works with that. I have no fucking clue, but it's always bothered me that big shit moves really slow. Because I'm just like, wouldn't that, like, the scale, wouldn't it just kind of scale up and wouldn't it just move normally?
I know it would take a lot of energy to move a big object.
That's true, though,
that.
yeah. Like, yeah, but if, like, so Godzilla probably needs to pump blood through all his shit, so his heart would probably have to, like, work harder. But if he had a big-ass heart...
Big ass veins.
Again,
Godzilla has
I'm
the biggest heart of all.
But yeah, I don't know how this would work, because nothing on planet Earth is that big, and elephants move really slow. But, like, I don't know, dinosaurs were huge, and you think it would be, like, it'd be a real detriment if they moved really slow. At least some of them, like the predatory ones, but...
Was it perspective, though? Because you're so small looking up at something so big that it's moving. Well, Godzilla's a weird example, too, because he's not running through anything. He's just kind of trotting with his
He does in the new
wide
one.
little legs.
He kind of books it in the new one.
Yeah,
Well,
and
he and,
I mean,
he and King
he
Ghidorah
can get
are
a
like
lot of
fucking charging
speed.
each other. It's dope.
Well, King Kong is fast, isn't he?
Faster than Godzilla.
Yeah, but he's a gorilla. That's where I was gonna go. Also, after Sam was done talking about boring physics, is King Kong or Godzilla? Because they're doing that movie next, and they're gonna have them fight.
Well, the thing
That'd be
is,
cool.
it's gonna be cool, but they gotta like make Godzilla like King Kong like he's gotta like
It's got a bulk
grow,
up.
dude. He's
No,
gotta
he's.
grow like
They say that in the
a
movie.
gajillion feet.
They say he's like a juvenile
like
in
a
the
ju-
in Skull Island.
Oh, really? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie at all.
Anybody?
I did not like Skull Island. Oh, that was so fucking forgettable.
Did anybody watch Rampage?
Yeah, Sam and I watched
Rampage,
it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, it's pretty.
They did my man's Joe
Anywho,
Manganiello's
yeah.
dirty. He's on screen for like 2 minutes and he dies.
Oh, so
It's-
he was
it's
Bryan
pretty mediocre.
Cranston
He gets eaten
of
by the Bat
Rampage.
Wolf.
It's
Ooh.
very mediocre.
Nice.
Yeah, but King Kong is gonna grow. They literally have a line that they're like, "Oh yeah, he's a juvenile," and they're like, "He's gonna keep growing." And they're like, "He's gonna keep growing,"
Oh shit.
and that takes place in the 70s
Oh yeah.
or something. So
Decades ago.
there's a solid
Vietnam.
40 to 50 years where he's just gonna keep fucking growing,
They're gonna be sized up.
eating Lord knows what.
Well,
Bring back Jables for that one.
hell yeah, bring back
Yeah.
Jables.
I actually like that King Kong movie.
Oh.
Don't you hate it?
It's so long and
It's really long. It is
I haven't
really
seen it in
long.
a long time.
But I don't think it's a bad movie.
I just based off like what I remember as a kid and just being like because I haven't seen it as like myself now, but like as a kid I was just like, God, this is so fucking long. And I like the only reason why
I just want a
watched it-
Lunchable right now.
Yeah, I just want a lunchable.
Give me
it
an
is really-
Uncrustable
push pop.
yesterday.
And fucking like the only reason why I watched it is because Jack Black was in it, and I was like, maybe he'll be Nacho in this movie.
There's a chance. There's
Always
a chance.
chasing that high.
Jack Black's kind of an asshole in that movie. A little bit.
Is he?
He's kind of
He's the guy-
King Kong.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
is
guy
he
that
the-
like puts on the show and is like, "Oh, King Kong! Yay, New York!" I think that's just. I think other people really don't like that movie. And I think it's.
I love
okay.
the scene where King Kong just rips that T-Rex's tongue out.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
It is really. It's kind of too long. There's a scene where all the people are fighting really big bugs, and that just doesn't need to be in there.
So wait, I remember you telling me this a few months ago, Tommy, but like Godzilla versus Kong is gonna have like a winner, right?
Yeah, allegedly they're saying
Oh.
they're gonna decide a winner.
I don't want there to be
It's
like
not
a
gonna
stalemate
be
and they're friends at the end
stalemate,
kind of
yeah.
bullshit.
No, they.
I
end
want
up-
one of them to kill the other one.
No, they end up becoming Transformers, and they combine together.
And the winner is the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's just Godzilla, but with monkey arms.
And you're telling me you wouldn't watch that?
He finally has the speed. But I'm King Kong.
Oh, I'm
all the
King
way.
Kong. Yeah.
See, I think King Kong wins from speed and strength, but I think Godzilla wins from durability and lasers.
I think overall they're gonna have Godzilla winning, but
Yeah.
I
think they have to.
prefer King Kong.
They were. I think I agree with you. I'm not sure which team I am as far as who I think would win. I would like King Kong to win just to get Godzilla off his throne. But yeah, they've been jerking off over like the King of the Monsters thing with Godzilla, and like they had all the fucking monsters bowing to him at the end, which is so lame. I fucking hated that scene. But yeah, so
Alpha, dude.
I think he's gonna win. But like, I want there to be a new Alpha. So I think I want Kong.
Well,
to
they're
win.
both alphas.
I don't know who would win though. Like Godzilla's got fucking radiation laser.
I feel like if he
He's got
takes
teeth
him,
too. He's got munchies.
if King Kong gets like, if the fight goes into like the ocean or something, Godzilla has it like
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt.
They're not gonna fight in the ocean though.
But I mean, just, yeah, like if that.
That's
If that
that's
was a
fair.
thing.
Yeah.
Like they may be like, oh, he was fatally wounded in the ocean, and then they got back up, and he still had a valiant fight, but died.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, what could you imagine if they do have an underwater fight? King Kong's just a big gorilla arms, just fucking
Creating tsunamis,
tsunamis.
Like, with every stroke. That'd be cool.
insane. I'm
I
ready.
want King Kong to beat his chest so hard that it causes like a building to fall over.
Oh, like Sonic.
The shockwaves, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I really want them also to get actually interesting human characters this time around, though.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's coming back.
Oh, buddy.
I enjoyed watching him just find his wife versus watching Millie Bobby Brown fucking run away from her family.
Millie.
I fucking hated the human. The human sucked in the second
And I'm
one.
not saying she did a bad job acting. I'm just saying
That she did a bad job.
didn't give a shit about what she was doing.
Her mom also sucked too. Like, what's her name? Like Vera Farmiga or some shit. She was the mom in Bates Motel. That's the thing I know her from. She's great in that. In this movie, she just kind of was.
All the human characters were just around.
No, yeah, that's. I think the actors overall.
Just bring back Bryan Cranston.
Who I know
he's
are really
dead,
good, but
From the dead.
I don't know.
He's a monster, and he's still like human size, and he has to fight fucking Godzilla and King Kong, and he wins.
I just imagine him taking King Kong and like grabbing him by the leg and just.
Yeah, it's weird in those movies because the humans can never fight back.
Dude, there's
I
a
mean,
rumor.
I know they did Mechagodzilla and stuff.
There's a rumor that they're doing Mechagodzilla for
No, the
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mechaghidorah, dude.
That's also cool.
Tease it.
Oh,
They have
What do you do?
the evil the
Yeah.
guy that's clearly the evil guy gets access to the Ghidorah body. So Mechaghidorah is like the way to go.
Imagine a Mecha King Kong.
No, so yeah, they do Godzilla vs. King Kong. Godzilla kills King Kong. Bring back King Kong as Mecha King Kong. And Godzilla's gotta fight Mecha King Kong and Mecha King Ghidorah.
Ooh.
and he still wins.
And then he dies.
Oh.
And then they fucking make... Oh, I guess Godzilla doesn't die. The humans make Mecha Godzilla and fight Godzilla, and then those two come in and actually are evil. And then Mecha Godzilla and the normal King or Godzilla fight Mecha King Kong and Mecha King Ghidorah and then defeat them. And then they're like fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
then
in.
King Kong's still dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it to happen. I'm just...
Yeah.
Monster movies are cool, but they're just.
Oh, no, I'm in. I didn't really like Godzilla 2014 or Godzilla the King of Monsters all that much. But I think they look really cool, and I will go see the next one. And probably the next one after that, even if I hate this one.
Yep.
Alright. You think it's
Is
time
that
to
it?
call it?
We've been talking for a while. How
Any
long have
closing
we been going?
thoughts? Okay, well, that's been the Is For Fun podcast, episode 28. And we're signing off.
Deuces.
No, that's fine.
So like VR, I think it's gonna.
Yeah!
Whoa!
I'm
back.
really sweaty. Is anyone
It's
else?
toasty.
No, I'm good.
Open the window.
Rusty, a little dusty.
That's how it feels in the spotlight.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys get a little heat from that. Also because of the middle.